Hi guys, today is Tuesday the 26th of March and I wanted to hop on here just really quick. I've had a lot of requests for information about how to help out various organizations and do some charitable giving for the state of Nebraska and all of the people and organizations that have been affected. And so I wanted to come on here and give you guys as much information as I could, and you can then either, pull these up online, and with many of these you can actually donate online. But there's just a couple that if you want to do a donation, you can, send in a check or what have you. So I'm going to go through these. I don't know how to attach the websites below, and so if I am able to, if I have time, I'll edit the video and put the information here on the screen as I talk about each one. But I'll give you all of the information as well. So if you want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, if you're interested at all in donating, that would be fantastic. So these are just 5 different organizations that are near and dear to my heart. That 4 of them I'm very, very familiar with. And kind of where our money is going to be going. Of course, you can always donate to Red Cross or the Salvation Army. However, I have heard, and I don't know this to be fact at all, but I have sometimes heard that when you give to those particular organizations, the money doesn't actually go back to the community. And so, the actual community that you're trying to help. So, these are organizations that are right here in Omaha, in Waterloo, in Valley, in Bellevue, which is another suburb of Omaha that was really, really impacted by the flood. And then there are tons more. And so, even $5, $10, would be extremely helpful. So this is where our money is going to go, and I'm just giving you this information FYI for those of you who want it. So the very first organization is the Elkhorn Valley Community Theater. That can be found online at THEEV like Victor, C like cat, T like Tom.org. The Elkhorn Valley Community Theater. The address is P.O. Box 135. It's at 101 East Gardiner Street, Gardiner Street in Valley, Valley, Nebraska. The zip is 68064. They also, if you go to their website, you can actually click to donate, and you can donate money directly there. This is the community theater that my kids grew up in, doing shows and taking classes, and it's a wonderful organization for the community of Valley and Waterloo. They do tons of things with the school, lots of outreach programs, coat drives. They have a wonderful reading program, just a number of things. And I actually have 3 pages of information on them. If anyone is interested, I'd be happy to email it to you. I have it in a PDF form. You can send a check made payable directly to the EVCT or to the Elkhorn Valley Community Theater. The next one is, of course, the Nebraska Humane Society. 3 of our 4 pets came from the Nebraska Humane Society. We've lived in 5 different states. The Nebraska Humane Society is the nicest humane society I've ever had the opportunity to experience. Their website is nehumanesociety.org. Their address is 8929 Fort Street, Fort like F like Frank, O-R-T Street. That's in Omaha. The zip is 68134. We have diagonally from us on the other side of the highway from our subdivision is a farm called Sycamore Farms. And it's they have animals, horses are boarded there, donkey, and then they have, I think, some of their own animals as well. And on Saturday, in the height of the flood, it was folks from the Nebraska Humane Society that rescued all of that livestock over there, putting their own lives putting their own lives at danger. So, and they are overrun with animals that have been displaced. Folks who are in shelters who've had to, surrender their animals, or animals who are lost in the flood. And so they can really use some help. Last week, Scatter, just like scattering seeds, Scatter Joy, Joy Acres. They have a page on a Facebook page. If you just Google that in Facebook, you can get tons more information about them. 4966 Newport Avenue, Omaha, 68152. I believe it was Scatterjoy Acres that took in a lot of the livestock. That was, it's an animal sanctuary and rescue, and then they took in a ton of livestock that was displaced during the flood. And they are in need of, money for food and that sort of thing. Gifford Farms is the animal sanctuary that I told you about last week that lost, I think, all of their animals. And they are an educational outreach program. I think they may have something to do in conjunction with the University of Nebraska from looking at their website. But Gifford, Gifford Farm, 700 Camp Gifford Road. Again, Gifford. That's in Bellevue, Bellevue. And their zip is 68005. And then this last organization, I don't know a whole ton about, but several people were asking me about donating directly to get money back to the farmers and the ranchers in Nebraska who were severely impacted. The Nebraska Farmers Union Foundation, they are at 1305 Plum Street, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68502. And so if you know or don't know, University of Nebraska in Lincoln is the big university that's here, the big state school. It's a big ag school. Our neighbor, as an example, who farms all the land south of us, went to ag school in Lincoln, and it's a wonderful school. And I think that, hopefully they are doing a lot to help. But again, funds are going to be limited. Some new numbers that I heard today. This is none of these numbers include equipment or stored grains or salaries or anything that currently farmers own or maintain. But they're looking at recovery costing somewhere close to $400 million for livestock alone. Our neighbors have just a small herd of cattle. I think they have 20 or 25, maybe 30 cattle, and they so far have lost 9. And so that number, $400 million just for livestock recovery, and then $440 million for the land, just to get the land back into shape to farm it again. So big numbers that it's going to take a lot to sort of get these folks back on their feet. And so that's it. I'll scroll those across here. If I did have 2 people ask me, they wanted to help directly, and they wanted to specifically help the family that lives next door and that farm the land south of town. And so I was able to, privately give them their address and their names so that they could send them money directly. Of course, that gets really dicey in making it tax deductible. So, definitely don't expect that. But if you do want to help a family directly, that's kind of where our money is going, as well as to the theater and then to the Nebraska Humane Society. But if you are interested in directly impacting a family, I can give you that information privately. Just send me an email. My email address is ksalak, so KSALAK @cox.net, and I will get you that information for them. Okay, so we kind of have a road out. They connected several back farm roads to a little section of the highway that's open, and we can actually go back west in order to go east. It takes about 25 minutes to actually get out and get back into town, what would normally take us about 2 minutes, but hey, it's a way out. The road is a little bit dicey. We've had some rain, and they've had to close it a couple times because of deep ruts, and this road was also washed out by the floods, but it's interesting because it's a dirt road, and it handled the flooding better than the concrete and asphalt. But so they've kind of asked us to only come and go as necessary, and I told my husband I had no place I had to be this week, and so I would sit tight because other people have to be to work, and we have a lot of elderly people in our community, and I know that they'll need to go to the doctors and that sort of thing. So I'm sitting tight. I don't mind that. I have plenty of things to work on. I've started a couple of new projects, so I'm good. It should be a couple weeks before we actually have our way out. It's going to be months before they rebuild the road, but at least they're going to be able to pour some concrete and get us a way out here in the next couple weeks. So, all things considered, that's not bad. One little thing of a bit of a worry is that we are starting tomorrow night through Saturday, supposed to have pretty much heavy rains and some snow. And then there's still snowmelt going on, I guess, quite a bit in Montana and the Dakotas. So they have kind of told us to brace for potentially more flooding. So, at this point, all we can do is pray and hope that it'll work out. And they're trying to fix the levees that breached. 47 of the 73 levees in Nebraska between, I think, and some of those might have been in South Dakota, but 47 levees breached of the 73 some levees between those three rivers. So, yeah, craziness. Okay, what have I been working on? Just really quick, because I'm going to do this in one video. I didn't bring I don't know what this is called, but this is the Little House Needleworks punch needle, B-skip, I think it's ABC B-skip or something like that. Not using any of the called for, just using what I have. This is not as green as it looks. It's actually blue with a green center. So, yeah, that's showing up really green, but it's not. But that's a lot of fun. Just a few little punches a day. We'll get by that fast. This is Spring Whirligig. I started this morning. Yesterday I made a pot of beans, of black beans. I've kind of talked about my black beans before. And as I was draining my first round, I drain it 3 times before I actually cook the beans. I let them soak for 24 hours. Drain the water 3 times. And the first time around, I drained that water, and it was so pretty and purple that I put some fabric in it. So I dyed this piece of fabric. This was white. This was a piece of white Witchelt fabric, I think it was Witchelt. It was Monaco from Hobby Lobby. And I dyed it. It was really purple until I heat set it, and then it kind of grayed out. It's actually blue. It's actually a lot bluer than it's showing up here. But so this is Spring Whirligig by Hands On Designs. None of the called for, just my own colors. I just have to finish off that carrot, and I'll be finished with this. And then I have the little tart that goes in. I mentioned last week that I don't think I'm going to be able to plant my garden, and so I remembered that I actually have a garden that I can stitch, and so this is from market last year. It's Kathy Barrick Garden Vegetables. It looks like this, and I had gotten a start on this last year and during Mania and had not worked on it since, and so I got that out and just got a little bit of a start on her skirt, but there is, and the word asparagus in there, so there is my vegetable garden. So I think I'm going to do this instead of, I love this chart. The birdhouse down here, I love the ladies. It's nice. And then the last thing I worked on, and I'm almost finished with it. I just have a little bit more. I just got tired of doing carrots and bunnies. But Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies by our sweet Kathy Haberman. And again, this is just on a piece of my own fabric. I think this is Teresa Kitten Stitcher fabric. And all my own colors. This is Caterpillar here in Chocolate Bunnies. This is just a piece of DMC. I put a little bit of Krynic in it. And then these are just DMC colors that I had on hand. And so there's Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies. And that'll be cute. And I have an idea for how I'm going to finish that. But we'll see if that pans out. So that's everything, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Please don't hesitate to message me or get a hold of me if you have any other questions, or comment below. So I hope you're all well, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.